Guten Abend, mein Herren. Now is the time on Sprockets when we dance. This is Sprockets. No, wait, it's not Sprockets.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, the music threw me.
I don't even know what Sprockets is.
Oh, you... Sprockets was a series of skits on Saturday Night Live.
Oh.
With Mike Myers as a black unitard-clad German talk show host.
Yes, I remember this. Okay.
Yes, he was very happy to be doing that bit. It made him as happy as a little girl.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, what this is not Sprockets, but Non-Productive. And you are tuned in to the Round 5 results show for our Women in Fiction March/into April Madness tournament.
It was the Final Four. That's exciting. That's like a basketball term.
Yes, you sportsed that. Good.
I did.
Very well sported, James. Thank you for joining us. I'm Big Papa Pete. With me, as often, are Al, James, Nate, and as less frequently, Pope.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. It's a very exciting night. As James mentioned, we are in the Final Four. The champions of the various regions have been crowned, and now they set forth to battle one another.
I really want to know who won.
I'm duking it out. I'm into it.
We've got two blockbuster games this week. We had Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones versus Leia Organa from Star Wars, and then Lisa Simpson from The Tracy Ullman Show against Rey from Star Wars The Force Awakens. So, does anybody have any comments they want to make about these matches?
I mean, at first, God,
I think you killed Al.
Well said, Al. Anybody have any cogent points to say?
I think I'm putting my money on Leia and Lisa, but I'm curious what this would be like if it's like Leia Rey. You know what I mean? Like, I think Leia Lisa is awesome for like what will end up being our finals, and that's going to be my guess. But I'm like, Star Wars off. That also could be a thing. So
it's the old garb kind of versus the new garb kind of, but I don't know.
You saying old garb or old guard?
Old guard. I meant
I heard garb.
he said garb.
Okay,
I
good.
did, but I meant
Good.
guard.
Last season's fashion versus this season's fashion.
I'm imagining you showing up to Ren Fair in the same thing you wore last year.
Unacceptable. Just disgusting. That
Absolutely not.
chainmail, out of fashion.
Oh, old garb.
Ugh, hate it.
Terrible. we much prefer the new garb, which includes Doctor Who cosplay on Multiverse Weekend.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh.
But anyway,
I hate Time Traveler Weekend.
But yeah, beyond that though, I really hope that Leia took the win on this because I just feel she deserves it. I feel that character is just that's a fantastic character, and I'm with James on this and hoping with Lisa being the other victor. As much as I would love to see a Star Wars off, I just like Lisa that much more as a character.
Pope, you haven't been around for a lot of the March Madness tournament, although I know you've been glued to it like a 2-year-old glued to a thing that 2-year-olds glue themselves
Sugar
to.
cane.
Actual glue, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paste is delicious.
More talking about that, like that hand thing, that most little kids do. But I would say, it's been a fun thing. I feel like Lisa Simpson honestly has been a dark horse throughout this. I know I voted against her in every round.
And
We're
wow.
not friends
Yeah,
anymore.
sorry.
Now we know how Pope feels.
I don't know. I just
so we've
I don't
got
feel
a
like most
streak
of-
going here.
yeah. I just don't feel like she has been as strong against as those who she's gone against in the past few rounds.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Good
That's
for
rough.
her. Glad she's here. Yay.
Good for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with further ado, or James, did you want to?
I was gonna say I feel like we're not giving Lisa enough credit here after Pope's knockdown. Like we've talked so much on this show how Lisa's had how many seasons of The Simpsons?
Something in the mid-20s, I think.
Yeah,
Something maybe early 30s.
No, there were all those seasons in the middle where she just wasn't there. Prove me wrong, kids.
But, we've had all these seasons of The Simpsons to see Lisa do great things and be a great character as compared to, the 2.5 hours we've spent with Ray, who's cool. Don't get me wrong. But, Lisa's just done so much and been so many things, a lot of which is good.
And I hate to say it, but Ray does literally just have that movie because it's not even like there's expanded universe stuff for her. It's not like we have a novelization or some of the stuff for her before. Like there's just that's it. We just got.
She did some non-canon stuff in the Disney Infinity game.
There's also expanded canonized novelization.
I'm sorry.
Actually, that's completely true. There is expanded universe content of Ray. You lied to our listeners.
Wait,
you monster.
really?
It really isn't. That was a joke. Ray has really been in nothing that counts.
I mean, you could say that, but there has been content that did come out. It does exist if you cared that much to look for it.
Besides the Disney Infinity game?
I was more just speaking to the novel of the movie.
Yeah, that was me
that kind
misspeaking.
of does some more psychic insight, so you get more inside people's heads.
Yeah,
and you find
that
out
was
more
my
things about
mistake.
people.
I didn't mean. Yep.
And it explains a little bit more about the dehydrated bread, which is really pivotal in the book.
Look, if we're going to count every horseman that's force sensitive in the EU, then we have to count the book based on the movie that has Ray in it. Realistically, come on.
But that's the whole point. Disney got rid of the force-sensitive horsemen.
They
the
did, and then
horsemen.
replaced it with this.
But
and replaced them with horse-sensitive forcemen.
But I'm going to stand by every interpretation of a character, or most interpretations of a character, is probably what influences this sort of stuff. So, obviously you've had Lisa, who's done all of this stuff. You'd have Leia, who has old expanded universe canon, tons of movies, new canon. I mean, just so much, great stuff for you to look at. Brienne and Ray, we don't know if they stand the test of time yet. We'll
James,
see in this competition, I guess.
Look, James, I can count on 0 hands the number of times that Lisa has held a lightsaber.
Something.
So your argument is invalid.
I bet if I look that up, we can get at least one finger on one
hand. I feel
hand.
confident that at some point in the just bajillion episodes of Simpsons and expanded universe Simpsons content of comics and other things, at some point she held a lightsaber.
Nope, because the Simpsons are Fox, and Fox doesn't have the rights to Star Wars.
She has dressed up as a fake Harry Potter character. I'm pretty confident.
I can't believe nobody called me out on that Fox comment.
I don't know anything about licenses.
It's completely wrong because Fox owned Star Wars.
Fox owned Star Wars before.
I don't care about Star Wars and I don't know anything. Why are you looking at me?
I'm just kind of looking in general.
Fight me.
She fought a bear!
When did she fight a bear?
Like consistently.
Lisa's always fighting a bear. Watch
Homer.
The Simpsons once in a while. All those scenes where Mr. Smithers is hitting on Mr. Burns. Look in the background. There's Lisa fighting a bear.
I mean, I can't prove you wrong. I haven't seen them all, so I guess I'll just have to assume you're right.
There we go.
Okay, all that nonsense out of the way. I think it's time to delve into the actual results of tonight's matches.
Yeah, I guess we should do that.
The bear won all of them.
It's what people are excited for. By the way, I think we might as well at this point thank our loyal listeners of the podcast by revealing to them the password for the next round of voting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which, as you all know by now, we bury in the middle of the podcast most of the time so that people don't just zip to the end to get it. So, this week's secret password for voting, Nate, write this down because you're going to have to use it later,
I remember things.
is scream into your box by typing in all caps, the bear. No spaces, all one word. Once again, the password for voting this week in round 6 is the bear, all caps, no spaces.
Not a bear, the bear.
Exactly.
That's not like bearing with something. That's like an animal bear. Like,
Isn't that
Not
the same
bear.
bear?
No,
no,
that's
no, no.
Not
It's-
bare
it's like-
hands,
but
bear
that's spelled
the
the same as
animal.
like not like bear, like no clothes or uncovered.
Anyway, our first
Rawr.
matchup: Brienne of Tarth versus Leia Organa.
Haha.
If you remember, last week, Leia won with only one vote going to her opponent. This is not the case this week.
Oh, okay.
The landslide has been halted because this round, Leia Organa defeats Brienne of Tarth, who got 2 votes.
Yeah.
Good job, Brienne. You nailed it. I'm so proud of you.
Go, General.
You did better than whoever Leia had fought last time, who I've already forgotten.
Yeah, there we go.
Moana? This is so
Who's
unexpected.
Moana?
I
Oh, yeah.
never saw any of this coming. You lied to me. I don't know. Wow, what a surprise. Are you?
Everyone's over the shock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like we were all talking like
Yeah.
she had already won like at the beginning of the
She was-
I
podcast.
hate to
Yeah.
say it. Yeah, we were all
I
kind
mean,
of thinking like, yeah.
within moments of the last competition becoming a reality, it was like, oh, well, that's X for Brienne. Anyway, moving along.
Moving along, we've got the other match. And this one was a nail-biter, folks.
Oh.
I'm nervous.
Okay, as much as the first round was a runaway for Leia,
Yeah.
this was a dead heat. And it
Exciting.
actually came down to 1 vote.
Whoa.
Who was my vote?
And this is not like hyperbole or me trying to mislead you at all. There's literally 1 vote difference between the winner and the loser.
Oh,
And the winner,
I'm scared.
by 1 vote, going on to fight Leia Organa in the championship round, Rey from Star Wars.
Star Wars.
We have an all-Star Wars final.
I mean, this is intense. This is a real fight. Rey versus Leia.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to say this. I don't have the confidence in Rey because Rey struggled to get here. Leia didn't. Leia trounced her competition.
I mean, that's true, but this is a real competition. You know, I love Lisa, and I'd probably vote for Lisa, but when it comes down to Leia versus Lisa, I'm pretty confident Leia will come out on top. When it comes to Leia versus Leia versus Rey, I'm not super sure. You know, you never know what people are going to come out with. Because now it's not just, people voting for Star Wars. It's genuinely, you gotta vote for which Star Wars you liked more. Which of these characters, which of these generations,
I still feel, based on the strength of Leia's wins, that Leia is the odds-on favorite here.
Yeah.
Oh, I would agree with that.
And I've made this point over and over again, but it still bears repeating. This is Leia's year.
I mean,
You know,
Yeah.
Leia's not going to have another chance, really. She's not going to get another run at this. Episode 8 is going to be the last real movie that we get Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia.
yeah. They even said like there's going to be no like hologram ghost of Carrie Fisher in the next movie.
Although
after that.
apparently they are going to use footage that they've already shot to include Leia in Episode 9.
Probably just some small stuff.
I mean,
though.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd have to imagine that she's got somewhat of a decreased role, unless she filmed a lot of stuff that we don't know about, which is possible. But
she's a little unpredictable. For all we know, she filmed like 8 hours of footage just in case.
although, given the fact that I don't think Episode 9 has a director yet,
It does.
yeah,
Yeah,
although it has a
it's Colin
director, but he
Trevorrow.
hasn't really worked on it.
No, but
Much.
Rian Johnson did finish writing it though, right? Because he was supposed to write 8 and 9.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
and he was the director of the new movie. Anyway, to get off on this tangent, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not going to lie.
I'm excited.
I guess and I love Star Wars, but I'm maybe a little uninterested in this. When I think of so many of these fantastic characters and these fantastic series we've had over, the course of a really long period of time, I mean, the only characters, real female icons I can think of that come out of Star Wars are Leia and Rey. Now, Leia is an important one, don't get me wrong, but, for a series that has a lot of other female characters that maybe aren't quite as fleshed out or well done. I don't know. This is a lot of attention to Star Wars.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like Leia kind of embodies like the heart of this whole competition, though. Like, given even aside from who played her, Carrie Fisher is like, I mean, probably an amazing role model, of recovery and mental health, et cetera, et cetera. Leia herself, is a crazy, strength of becoming an orphan in the middle of a series, like unlike already having lived with it a little bit, and becoming a politician and kind of growing on that, becoming a general, never really escaping from her responsibilities, unlike most of the other major characters in the storyline. She had a lot of crazy awesomeness.
Yeah, you say that actually is a really good point. Like every other character, like Luke leaves the farm. Han just like, I'm a space pirate. I don't like. Han even leaves his family, says bye. But like Leia consistently stays for every single responsibility she has. I'm surprised I didn't notice that till now. Like even in the original trilogy, she's like, no, I'm a politician. I'm fear of the war effort, and I'm like, like these are things that I care about, and even things I don't care about, I have to stand there and do something about.
And I think Leia is a amazing example of female empowerment, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look at her, she's a spy, a resistance fighter, a military general, a politician. When you get into the expanded universe, she's a mother, a Jedi to some degree. I don't know if she ever becomes a full Jedi. But
Not really, no.
She learns to use the Force.
Yeah.
Force
A
sensitive.
spiritualist.
Yeah.
She's the perfect example of not only can you be whatever you want to be, you can be everything you want to be, as long as you work at it.
Yep.
And Leia never, in nothing, granted I've never read the entire expanded universe,
Right.
but I have never gotten the feeling that Leia was just handed these roles in the books or in this by the writers.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that Leia has worked for each and everything that she's gotten. And I think that makes her an incredible character.
I agree.
I completely agree. Leia really earned a lot of her positions, and even positions we didn't see her earn, we saw the way she acted in them, and you can tell she deserved to be there. I mean, you want to talk about female empowerment, she strangled the dude that put her in a bikini, and basically, that screams to me female empowerment.
Down with the
Real
patriarchy.
into that. Real down with the Jabba-archy. Kill that guy. Really into it. Love Leia. I think she is a great character. Carrie Fisher is a great woman. Everything about this character, especially now, is really powerful and someone I really, really look up to.
I'm gonna go. So like, I know I said some like things about Rey before about like not having a lot of material, but I do want to come to defense of Rey as a character because I feel like Rey definitely deserves it. I don't want to just upsell Leia like she's the only like. No, she has some competition here. And I feel like, because Rey, I've said this a million times before, I'll say it one more time, was a Star Wars fan in a Star Wars movie, and I feel like that's a bit of an undersell as to what that character is. They chose this character to represent the audience. They chose this character to come and be, hey, we're going to put you in a Star Wars film, and I think she does that flawlessly. I think there's so much more to that character even than that, being that she accomplishes or survives so much given so very little. And even though we don't have a lot to go on, what we do have is enough for us to very readily identify with this character. I mean, the poll results are enough to realize that no, people love this character. People have an affection for this character, for the way it was performed, for the way she acts, for all of those scenes, like just consistently standing up and doing things. Like she's Pete listed all these things Leia is, and she is too. She's a fighter. She's like a scavenger, like a mechanic, a pilot, a Jedi. Once again, we go to that, a million other things. And we get all this in one film. And I feel like that means something. And it's a role model for a new generation.
Just to try and sum up what Al's saying, I think I could, if you want to look at it big picture kind of way, the fans love Leia. The fans are Rey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a question of which one of those two wins over.
Well, and I think that was really important. I know when Rey was cast and kind of we saw the framing of this story, just how many of my, how many female friends I knew that, were like, this is, I mean, obviously just as a whole, representation is an important thing. This is one of the reasons why we do this podcast. And to see, like Al said, a female Star Wars fan represented in these movies is not a side character, not a love interest, but the hero.
Yeah, and I feel like there's also kind of this realm of potential where she is almost like Leia from A New Hope, where she could grow where she could just grow into just about anything. She could, grow up to become this politician. She could do anything, and, it's exciting, and it's fun, and it's new, and we're all really, really happy, and we love her for all of these reasons.
Okay, so there we have it. Final round is Leia Organa versus Rey. It's an all Star Wars finisher for our Women in Fiction March Madness tournament. And what a weekend to do it at. This upcoming weekend, while our voting will be happening, is the
Star Wars Celebration?
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. And I think that actually says a lot. For those people that say, like to joke about Star Wars being a religion or Jedi being a religion, I think there might be something to that, because this week is Passover and Easter, and the powers that be said, it's Star Wars Celebration too. Screw that. We're ignoring your high holy days. We're having celebration when we want to.
At the cost of a tasteless joke, the Force has been with this competition.
And is
Okay,
Awakening
thanks,
this
Yeah.
weekend?
I mean, I wasn't even going to give you an eye on that one. I was just going to let that one die. I was gonna let...
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned to the voting on Non-Productive.com. Cast your votes early and once.
Good night, everybody.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.